What's going on, everybody? CW Entertainment here, and I'm back today with another episode of my Chicago Bears podcast that I kind of do, and it's really just kind of figuring out kind of what's going on with the Bears, where they're heading, the direction, and all that. But today is the first day of the new 2017 year calendar for the NFL. Today started free agency. They could sign it. I believe it was 3 o'clock Central Time, 4 p.m. Eastern. But today we're just pretty much going in on what the Bears did during free agency and what they didn't accomplish. Now, go ahead and start us. We'll go ahead and start off with this. Jay Cutler was released. Cutler was one of the guys that we kind of pretty much assumed was either getting traded or he was going to wind up being cut. Didn't nobody expect him to really be back this year. It would have been a shocker if they did want to bring Jay back. But yeah, he had a rough 8 years in Chicago. Gotta say that. Pretty much, offensive coordinator after offensive coordinator after offensive coordinator. Best line was probably this past season. And he always had a bad offensive line when he was here. I don't know if you guys remember, he had likes of Chris Williams, Gabe Carimi. Just guys that were not fit to just be offensive linemen. And then, worst part is, they drafted those guys with first-round picks. And those guys should have never even been drafted. They were not good at all. But, I'm sure most everybody is happy that Jay is gone. Not going to stay on this too long. But I'm sure most people are happy he's gone. I did enjoy it. I was a Jay supporter until pretty much this season. Jay really did start ticking me off once this season was getting going. I was like, yeah, I'm starting to hop on that. I'm starting to hop off the bandwagon. It is time to move on from him. But he never did deserve all the hate that he was given by the media. The media really tried to make him out to be this awful guy. And he really wasn't. Just because he's somebody that didn't care about how you were talking about him, that's just how the man carries himself. I'm sure there's some of you guys out there that carry yourselves like that too. You just don't care about what people's talk about with you. Look, his wife is gonna stick up for him, so we do know that. Actually, Kyle Long was sticking up for him today on Twitter. He's actually sticking up for a lot of people today. And Kyle Long, he's barking back at a lot of the fans. So, guys, if you're trying to talk with Kyle Long, don't be talking bad about the Bears, because he is coming back and he is biting back hard. But some of the on the on the sadder type of note, Alshon Jeffrey has decided to leave. He will be signing with the Philadelphia Eagles. It's going to be a 1-year deal for $14 million. And I don't know, it was interesting. Now, he said he wanted to play for a contender in a place that he knew the quarterback was going to be stable. More likely, Wentz probably will be stable for the next 3 or 4 years or whatever. I'm sure they'll wind up picking up his fifth option if he isn't playing bad. Who knows what Wentz will turn out to be. It'll be a sophomore year, so we'll see how it goes. But considering that he thought Philly is one of the contenders, I really don't see how they are considered a contender. I believe they finished either third or fourth place last year, so and I don't think Philly's too close to contending for a Super Bowl anytime soon. But especially with Dallas, Dallas probably has that division on lock. The Giants right behind Dallas on that. Eventually they're gonna have to find them a quarterback. They can wind up finding one this year in the draft. Never know about that. But we're not worried about that. But yeah, Alshon is gone. The other offers he had were coming from the Bears. Apparently the Vikings got in the mix and the Colts. So it seemed like there was one report that came out that said the Vikings offered him like a 6-year contract. I guess he didn't want to play for the Vikings either that long. I'm guessing they said he was either looking for a 1-year deal, maybe between like a 3 or 4 year deal type of contract. So whatever that would carry him to probably about 30, and then he'll decide after that. So, but he will be a new member of the Philadelphia Eagles. He'll be a free agent next year once again. So I guess he'll see how everything turns out in Philly. Now, go ahead. We're going to go ahead and start up a new era, you guys. Apparently, it's going to be the Mike Glennon era for the Chicago Bears. He was the quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He was actually down there when Lovie Smith was the coach, and then he wound up losing his job to Josh McCown, because Lovie Smith had McCown when he was on the Bears staff, and so apparently he really liked McCown a lot. So McCown became the starter, and then Jameis Winston was drafted to become the starter over Glennon. So not too sure about Glennon. He's got a 3-year deal worth $45 million. He was originally actually guaranteed. The reports came out. He was originally guaranteed $19 million. But a report later tonight wound up saying that he's only going to get paid $18.5 million. I mean, it's only $500,000. Not to them, that's not too much. I mean, to most people, they love to throw that $500,000 in their pocket. But it's not a huge drop off from what it would have been. But we'll see how it works out. I mean, Glennon, he's like a 6'6", 6'7" type of quarterback in height wise. So I mean, he's a guy that's considered to have a big arm. His touchdown to interception ratio is like 2-to-1. So he is a guy that can protect the ball. Thing is, he's going to be in Chicago, and it's going to be a lot tougher to throw in Chicago than it will be to throw in Tampa Bay. We're going to have to see how he handles the cold elements. And if it's anything like we saw with Colin Kaepernick, this could be a long struggle for Mike Glennon up there in Chicago. But one good thing, I mean, it's only 19 or 18.5 million guaranteed. So, I mean, it's pretty much like a one-year type contract. If they want to get rid of him after this season, he just turns out to be a complete bust of a pickup, then, I mean, they can pretty much get rid of him. I'm sure that they did say that there is money guaranteed in that second year, but it's probably not going to be too much. Majority of this money is going to be paid out this year. It's more than likely going to be the starting quarterback unless he is beat out in camp. Could be a Russell Wilson versus Matt Flynn type of thing that happens. Bears could find their quarterback of the future in this draft. We could pick up with Deshaun Watson, Kaiser. Apparently Mitch Trubisky wants to go by Mitchell now, so they don't want to be called Mitch, but it could be Mitchell Trubisky, Brad Kaya, Joshua Dobbs, Patrick Mahomes. We don't know yet, but I mean, we'll figure out when we get to that draft. That's one thing Pace has to do. If Pace does not draft a quarterback in this draft, then man, Pace's job is probably going to be close to being, it's going to be on the edge. He's going to be living dangerous. Because Glennon would definitely have to pan out into looking like one of the quarterbacks that'll be elite. I mean, we'll have to see what happens, but hopefully this does pan out. Hopefully, if he is just that bridge quarterback, that guy we draft this year will be ready to step in for that next season or the year after that. But other signings the Bears did make, they signed Miami Dolphins tight end Dion Lewis. Now, he's nothing special. I think he's not really a guy that's going to come out there, grab 100 balls a season. I mean, he's one of more. I would think they consider him more of a blocking type of tight end. So they didn't really make any splashes. I mean, Mike Glennon is considered their biggest splash, and that's not. I mean, it's nothing good. I mean, it's just a mess situation. And I definitely, I mean, from what other Bears have been saying around, they're not too happy about this free agency. The Bears definitely aren't doing too much. Right now, it looks like they're just trying to get that compensatory pick. So, we'll see. They also wound up picking up safety Quentin Dips, the former safety of the Houston Texans. And he's actually one of these guys. I mean, he's a 31-year-old safety. And I mean, he agreed to a deal. It's supposed to be 3 years, $13.5 million, with $5 million guaranteed in his first year. So I mean, it's one of these guys. Well, it could be an intro role type or intro role 2.0 type situation. Never know, like these situations, like when you're paying these age corners, yeah, they're playing elsewhere, doing fine. I mean, he has shown that he's been durable throughout his career. But the problem is, Antro Rowe apparently never was hurt or never missed a game when he was with Arizona and New York, and then he gets to Chicago, and then he's all banged up, never really touching the field. So, I mean, we'll see. But one good note, I mean, he had 6 interceptions last season, and the Bears only had 8. So, it'll definitely be an improvement over what's back there safety. Amos Corte, you got to think their time here is about to be limited. Especially, actually not especially both. Not especially one of them, but especially both of them. Both of them, they definitely is gonna be a grind to see who's gonna wind up taking over. And for all we know, neither one of them might even make the cut this next season or this upcoming season. Yeah, they're still under their rookie contract deal, so I'm sure Bears probably will have to pay something. But there's a good chance Bears could wind up taking a Jamal Adams type with that number 3 overall pick. So we don't know what's gonna happen. Another thing that kind of came out later today, actually probably just a couple hours ago, receiver Marcus Wheaton will actually be signing with the Bears. He's a former receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and apparently this is a guy. I mean, this is not going to be a guy that's going to wind up taking the role of Alshon Jeffrey. He's going to be probably just going to be one of these slot guys. Don't expect I don't know if Eddie Royer will still be around or not. I don't think they're going to be doing something with him. I'd be surprised if he makes it to the regular season, I mean, with his injury history. But I'll tell you one thing, man, with Cameron Meredith, hopefully he can keep it going like he did last season. But Kevin White needs to turn into the stud that we know he can possibly become. I mean, you drafted him with the 7th overall pick. He's got to become the stud that Ryan Pace and everybody thinks that he can become. Right now, he's being listed as a bust, and he's got to come out here and go ball out. I'm rooting for Kevin White. I'm sure most people are. I'm sure some people are already ready to ride him off and get rid of him. But I hope Kevin White can turn out to be that number 1 receiver that we need. Hopefully, these injuries haven't hurt his speed that much. But that was one of the biggest things for him coming out of college is how fast he was able to run. Now, this is kind of just go ahead and wrap it up pretty much. Now, this is the biggest thing, the Bears, who they kind of missed out on. Now, they missed out on a few guys. One guy that comes to mind, Tony Jefferson. He's another safety. He's kind of a strong safety, but he's a guy, I think he's a shorter guy, too. I think he's only about 5'11", 6 foot. But he's a guy that they could have used. He wound up signing with the Baltimore Ravens. So, I mean, that was a good pickup for them to go along with Eric Weddle. But the guys that they missed out on, Stephen Gilmore was the guy that they said they were in heavy pursuit of. And then we come out to find out yesterday that on Wednesday, they found out that apparently, like, talks started to die down on him and that they weren't progressing with him. So that was a big loss. And then, like, pretty much, I mean, I didn't realize until today that the talk was starting to die down. I didn't figure out the report until, like, earlier this morning. And then we figure out that the Patriots come through early this morning, and they wound up snagging Stephon Gilmore from everybody. And he's got a 5-year deal worth $65 million, and he's going to wind up getting $40 million guaranteed. Now, that's the big thing about all these contracts, because the NFL contract ain't guaranteed, so the guaranteed money is the biggest part. That's why Mike Glennon's deal doesn't seem as bad, because he's only going to be making $18.5 guaranteed. Another corner is AJ Bouye. Now, he received a lot of interest this offseason, and I'm not 100% positive why. I mean, last season he only had 1 interception, and I don't know much about him. I mean, I don't follow the Texans at all. I mean, like I say, maybe he's a lockdown corner. I don't know. Maybe he does a great job with pass deflections. But I mean, he has, like I told, I believe, 5 picks on his career, maybe 6. I believe he had 2 the season before that and 3 the year before that one. So maybe he's a guy that's going to wind up becoming a stud. I just feel like he could be one of these one-hit wonder guys. But I mean, his stats really don't show as a cover corner. Well, interception-wise, he doesn't seem like a guy that's producing a bunch of interceptions. And that's what the Bears got to get some turnovers in that secondary. Having 8 picks on the year is just awful. And you gotta find a better way. AJ Bouye did receive a 5-year, $67.5 million contract from the Jacksonville Jaguars. And he also is going to wind up getting $26 million guaranteed. So I believe like the first 3 years is when it's being all spread out or something like that. Or the first 2 years, something like that. So Jacksonville's got their man. Jacksonville did make some decent moves today. So we'll see how it goes. It works out for them. But that's pretty much going to wrap it up for me, you guys. Hope I didn't keep you guys too long. And Bears, Ryan Pace, man, he better hit on this draft because this draft is going to be huge. But I hope you guys did enjoy it. Leave comments down. See what you guys think of the offseason and where you guys think the Bears need to go. If you guys did enjoy the little podcast, make sure you guys hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you guys want to hear more about what's going to happen with the Bears offseason and pretty much leading forward throughout the entire season. I try to do some of these type of videos. But I'm out to next time, everybody. Peace.